there, YouTube. We are back with some more Matchplay commentary for y'all. I'm joined by my brother from another mother, the Kaiju King. One might say he's the quackity McQuack quack. TJ.
Dude, I think my dad broke my deck box.
Oh no.
So
No.
I ordered one of these really cool deck boxes, and he said that he didn't do it, but I don't know. It was my package was open and the box was on the table, and it looks like someone just opened it too hard and like popped like the quote unquote latch, I guess you would call it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it just doesn't stay closed.
Oh no.
But it's cool. It's still a cool deck box, and I'm still gonna probably use it. It's just doesn't hold close as much as it should. Anyways, that's off topic. Hi, hello.
Finagle some for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the engineer in the building.
Fair enough. But we are back with some Matchplay commentary for y'all. As sort of on par with the other videos from this past week, they were filmed at Dean's Dugout, which is the local card shop in Naperville that we go to every Sunday for Digi. Pop off at about 12:30. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, want to check us out, want to check out a nice mom and pop shop, feel free to check them out. We'll be there. But in this particular matchup today, we've got Anthony playing Diaboromon on the left, going up against Arby, who's playing his 7 Great Demon Lords build on the right. This was the finals match for this particular week's local, so both were undefeated going into this round. Both have been cooking pretty solidly with their respective lists, so it should be an exciting matchup. It should be a fun one for all of y'all to see. Before we hop into the round itself, a couple of things. If you like our content, you like what you see, please do consider hitting the like and subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. And last but not least, check out our socials, which will be linked down in the video description below. Has our Twitter, Instagram, Discord, all of that good stuff. The Discord is a great place to find the deck list that you see in every one of our videos. Just ping one of us on Discord and we will be sure to point you in the right direction. But without further ado, enough yippity-yappeter. Let's hop right into the round over here.
Got the Devil Spider versus the Demon Lords. A matchup for the ages, baby.
That shirt is so nice. I like Arby's Berserk shirt right there.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. Wonder if I can get Dom to give some Huck Tua and spit on this thing. That'll fix the deck box, right? That's just a little bit of...
You know she's got official merch now, you know?
Little spit and shine. Dude, they want to make a... Did you see they want to make a reality TV show about her life?
All the girl did one line.
She did one TikTok. And if you watch the actual thing, it's not that funny on its own. It's funny in all the edits it's gone to.
Yeah.
But like the guy that like
itself,
did the
was
TikTok,
cringe. He just was
he was
desperately
like, what did you say? Can you do it again?
Them.
I don't know about that part. That part I didn't realize. The only thing that got me messed up was him like asking her to do it again, and then she did it again, and then it was kind of awkward. It was golden the first time. If they just end the TikTok at the first one,
exactly.
That's quality content.
I was curious. I was like, I gotta just watch the whole thing, man. It was just he was striking out. He was trying so hard to like. Anyways, what's not striking out though is Arby's trash right now as he goes ahead and tucks a Beelzemon into his gate. Yeah, the Lucy play to start is always very, very solid. You know, lets you cycle through the deck, let you set up your trash and your sort of stacks with the 7 gates.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony,
we see Anthony just setting up a stack in the back. Has a memory boost on board. Just goes ahead and reads the Lucemon to make sure he kind of knows how it works. Does push up, pops the boost, goes up to 4. We'll go ahead and evo into an EX-06 Diaboromon here. Plays out a token. It does have Rush, so he'll swing Rush. Nothing to do Digivolve. Does hit the Demon Lord option out of security, so it just gets placed in the battle area. And then looks like he's just trying to find a way to end turn and just plays an errata.
I also appreciate how Anthony's decks are always like as blinged out as possibly could.
Yeah,
shiny cardboard.
When he gets into a deck, he commits to it, and it's very, very fun to see. Arby almost puts the Lucemon in the sources there. Looks like he forgets to resolve the start of main for the Lucemon. We'll just go ahead and grab a Levi out of trash and tuck that under.
Now, I know Arby did just reference the option card here.
Yeah, so the option, technically, if anyone doesn't know, it has to be a Demon Lord that gets destroyed. Or a 7 Great Demon Lord that gets destroyed, not just any card. Lucemon is not a 7 Great Demon Lord. So technically, he should not have been able to play out the Leviathan. And then We'll go ahead and
Reduce
do the
cost to play out the
Bielsamon.
BLs. Will mill top 4. Does have rush, so we'll go ahead and swing and hits an Armageddon.
Yeah, it does die there.
That bad boy to trash.
Yeah, it's a little bit of unfortunate misplay, but I don't think it's too game altering from what I remember.
Yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
But we shall see. Arby ends up just playing a pummel whack just to end up choking Anthony to 1, who would then subsequently goes into a level 4 in the back and then plays out a training.
Yeah, he did go up to 2 because of the errata, so he was able to get a little bit more gas out of his turn. Start a main phase for Arby's turn. Gonna go ahead and pop the Leviathan, and then Leviathan will just get tucked by the gate. And then Arby's just sort of trying to figure out what he wants to do here. Does play another Bielsamon for 2 because he's reducing by 9 at the moment. Will burn top 4. Nothing to Digivolve. We'll choose not to rush. We'll go ahead and just play the option. I think it's smart not to rush here actually, because it's if you get deleted by battle, you don't get your alternate effect, right. And then he won't get his gate effect at all to actually tuck something. So it's smarter, I think, just leave it on board to try and get yourself that extra gas in the tank.
I agree. And he's done a really good job at just sort of setting things up here. Anthony will utilize the training after going into an Infirmon to go into another EX-06 Diaboro, which allows him to play out a token, and then Errata subsequently lets him play out another token. Now, these don't have Rush, because he doesn't have the inheritables from the Kurosari or the Kara, so he ends up just playing a Mem Boost to choke Arby to 1, and then we'll end up picking up another Karamon.
Yeah. Gate effect, we'll go ahead and pop the Bielsamon, so then Bielsamon will all turns, we'll be able to tuck something. Well, the gate will tuck something, and then Bielsamon's all turns, we'll go ahead and proc and tuck something.
Yeah. So we tucked a Belphamon, I believe it was a sleep mode.
Yeah.
And then the Bielsa. So
then Arby's debating if he wants to use the option, I believe. He will opt to use it.
This time correctly as well.
Mm-hmm.
Plays out the Bielsa, which will mill 4. He does meet the condition of having 10 or more cards in trash. To Digivolve 2 onto the EX-06 Diaboromon, which is pretty good.
Yep.
It's crazy, man, how like efficient Demon Lords is with getting bodies out that do a lot of like impactful plays, but also like sets up the win condition.
Yeah.
Like Bielsa and Creepy have done so much for Arby's trash.
Yeah, those 2 cards alone are so much gas for Demon Lords on their own. Like, is able to play the Creepy for free because he has 5 different named Digivolution sources under there, and then we'll go ahead and Evo into a Ruin mode. Was thinking about doing it over the Creepy, but then opts to do it over the Bielsamon so that he still has the blocker, which I think is smart. I don't think Arby's played against Diaboro too much, so he's not super familiar with the matchups. Wants to make sure that nothing's gonna just sneak out and take him out. See Anthony just doing some setup. Can't do anything because of the Ruin mode. Unfortunately, this turn we'll go ahead and use the boost to go back up, and then Evo's into Chimera to choke to 1. Start a main phase effects for Arby will proc. He'll be able to tuck a card from gate, and then Creepy will let him tuck a card as well. And then Ruin mode will go ahead and give another -5k to the board until the end of Anthony's turn.
It's pretty good.
Arby's just checking his Demon Lords real quick. We'll go ahead and tuck a Chaos mode in there. And so he has a good amount of sources right now. I believe he opts to move the cards to the side in a second because the stack is falling off of the table. So he puts his hand down for a second. Does reveal that he has a good amount in hand. Debates on Bidey Crushing to play at the Agudo, I think. But ends up just playing the Chaos mode for 1. Anthony opts to take the burn. Lets Arby recover 1.
He does have to be a little bit careful because deck space is running thin. So unless he can get a way to get that Agudo in the trash, which it looks like Biden Crush is the option.
Yeah.
Just sort of forces Anthony to do something. But with 8 memory, I mean, you've got all the 9 memory.
Yeah, lots you can do. So the issue here, though, is that Ruin mode effect is still in play.
Right.
And I believe, we were informed about this earlier that this happened. They were pretty sure this happened. So technically, Anthony should not be able to do any of this right now. These tokens all should just be dying the second they hit board. which I think is pretty game altering. I think Arby would have had this this game won. Because I mean he has a Gudo play set up next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Anthony goes kind of ballistic here.
Yeah.
So plays a Kurosari, which also plays another Kurosari, is able to gain some memory. Will opt to DNA and do another Chimera, so he gets all this crazy stuff going on. Is able to spit out or tuck in another source there. Will opt to tuck in a EX-06 Kurosari.
So he's doing some shenanigans.
Yeah.
Goes
It does go ahead.
Another EX-06 Diaboro.
Mhm.
Another token, gains a memory.
And then he will swing the ace. Plays out a token off the ace swinging. Does have jamming because EX-06 Diaboro is there, so does not die. It swings the other token. Swings a token. Swings another. Goes ahead and plays a Catastrophe Cannon to not de-digivolve anything, but will let him play out a token that also has Rush and swings, and then just swings for game with the EX-06 Diaboro.
Nice.
So, if Ruin Mode wasn't on the board, or effect wasn't in play, that last turn is immaculate. It's a beautiful way to play the deck. Like, you absolutely pop off. And it's something that very well still could have happened. You know, it's just Ruin Mode being there does kind of lock him out of those plays, but it's something that's very doable with Diaboro. In plenty of environments. So, you know, misplays aside, they happen, but we're going to move on. We're still going to have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I still think it doesn't take away from the sequencing and stuff, like you said, that Anthony did in his turn. And I mean, up until this point, too, I think a very good back and forth. You know, I think both players were responding to each other pretty well. And Anthony definitely kept up with the pace that Arby was setting, because Arby definitely was pushing the pace with his Bielzas and the creepies and all the stuff that he was doing too.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate, like if you just don't see that Agudo in the trash, you can't really do much from a Demon Lord standpoint.
Yeah. So we go to game 2 though. I think Arby starts us off. Yeah. We'll go ahead, he'll hatch the gate, tuck into the gate, reducing by 3. Just plays an option for 4, and then tucks a Levia with that.
Yeah.
And I believe it's the EX-06 Levia. That card is so weird, man. It's so weird that he works like backwards of like the BT or the EX-5 Levia. Like, it's so strange.
Yeah, I don't quite understand it, but I mean, it still does some work. Just in a very like counterintuitive way, like you said.
I mean, it's only good if like as many or fewer total Digimon Tamers as you. So they have to have less cards than you, which is so, I don't know, so weird. It feels very limited.
I agree.
But it does delete something with no Digivolution cards. Which, I mean, even, I don't know. It feels like a weird, it feels like just a weird hindrance. It's basically just there for its all turns effect, to be honest with you. Because there's rare instances where like people are going to have less things on board than Demon Lords. Like Demon Lords, it's like they play like 1 or 2 cards a turn, maybe. So,
well, there's the Agudo in the trash.
Yep. So Arby is set up real early here. We'll just play a Lucemon, reveal 3, grab the creepy, trash the rest. It's a good setup. Anthony, unfortunately, is not seeing a rookie right now, which is really tough. Just plays another Kurosari. He has a Chimera in hand, I believe he's shown. Opts just sort of go back for a second, and then goes, nah, I'll commit. So he goes ahead, I'll just plays it, and pretty much is kind of just, I think, hope and prayer that if they live, he can Chimera and do some crazy stuff.
Right.
But Arby remembers to do the Lucemon effect first to go ahead and reveal 3, and then goes ahead and uses the gate. Just going ahead and putting his cards on the side there just so his stuff isn't hanging off the table again.
That way.
Yeah. And then just plays Levia for a cheap, gains 2 memory back. The board clear is pretty tough for Anthony. Anthony finally sees a rookie. Is up at the 4 because of Arata. Sees a Kurosari. And just Hardy goes into Chimera. Yeah, and I think that's smart. Just set up the 5.
Yeah. Fair and real.
And kind of Pog even.
Yeah.
We get a little
So
nutty. We have some fun.
Arby pop the Leviathan, which will then just get tucked in under the gate with the rest of his demon lords.
Yeah.
Trying to think what he wants to do here. Like he's debating a play, but will end up deciding to play out the EX-06 Leviathan.
Yeah. I think his hand's gummed up for other demon lords, maybe, and then just passes, which I think is fine.
Anthony will go to 4 with the errata out. We do end up passing.
Yeah, and then I think Anthony's just clarifying exactly what that Leviathan does, and Arby's reading it to him. Which, I mean, once you read the card, you're like, oh, well, I have a tamer and a stack on board, so I'm instantly safe. Cool. So he is at 4 because of the errata. Well, training to Evo for 1 into EX-06 Diaboro. Plays a token. Goes ahead and plays another. They do have rush. He will be able to strip the sources still, so they lose the rush. But nothing gets bounced or anything like that.
Goes ahead, swing with the EX-06 Diaboro. Hits a
lives.
Lucy.
Big guy.
Pops one of the tokens to play out a Kurosari, and then goes into the EX-06 Inframon in the... Oh.
Yeah, we'll pop the other token to go ahead and Evo for free into the ace.
Gotcha.
I believe.
Or not?
Or doesn't? I think he needed to, no? Because he didn't have... Because he deleted the one Diaboro to play the Kurosari, Evoed into Infer. 2 and 3, and then I think he had to pop something to go into the ace.
I'm not sure.
So,
I'd defer to you on that one.
Yeah, because the Diaboro, you delete one of your other Diaboromon to go ahead and Evo for free into a Diaboromon.
Arby will play out the Leviathan for free, gain 2 memory from Leviathan's effect, then 4 off of Overflow, which is pretty pog.
Yeah.
And then goes ahead and plays Creepy, is able to mill 6 since Creepy lets you mill the same amount of cards as the level you pop, which makes it absolutely insane for this deck. And then plays out a Rivals to pop the last token, and still is keeping turn, and ends up just passing.
Yep.
But I mean, that's one heck of a turn.
I mean, really good board control. Really good board control. His trash setup. He's got a good board state right now that'll let him tuck a bunch of sources. Like a Gudo's almost live. And we see Anthony just Evo in the back, just trying to set up.
You know, and I mean, I've talked to you about this before a lot already too, but like, it's crazy to see the access, like the tools that Demon Lords has access to. Like Leviathan, Creepy, Beelza, like Royal Knights was scary, don't get me wrong, and I still think Royal Knights is a strong deck with what it can do. But the pieces I felt like didn't do as much as what some of the stuff that Demon Lords does. Like Leviathan
Demon Lords
does
is
so
way more
much.
impressive.
Beelza has access to Digivolve and Rush. Creepy has Pop and Mill. Like there's just so many things, and you can, you know, utilize older cards too, right? Like we're using this old Levi, we're using the Belfie Sleep mode and the old Rage mode as well, which do a lot already. It's crazy.
And Agudo is such a way scarier boss monster than Omni, in my opinion. Like being able to just delete things and then trash the world is crazy.
Agreed.
Like
as we're about to see
it's insane. Yeah, so he'll go ahead. He does have enough sources with different names to go ahead and do the Agudo play. Plays the Agudo out after popping his gate. We'll be able to place 7 cards with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from his trash to the bottom or under his Agudo, and then activate the other one attacking effect to go ahead and put them to the bottom of deck. Which he still needs to do, but their resolutions get a little weird. Okay, then he does it. But yeah, they're all good. Basically, it bottom decks the sources, and then it attempts to delete 7 Digimon and Tamers on your opponent's board. For each one that it doesn't delete, you trash top card of like opponent security. So he popped 2 and then trashed 5 security, so he just swings for game. It's crazy. Agudamon is an insanely strong card.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I feel like Agudo is by far so much scarier than Omni ever was. I mean, Omni definitely like could do a lot of crazy things, you know, bringing out the boys and swinging. But I mean, Agudo just being able to just completely decimate you is just disgusting.
Yeah. It's it gets crazy. So we see pretty good setup though. Anthony getting some search. Arby plays a
play out
Blanc.
It seems to pitch 1 and draw 2, and then plays a Mist to mill 2 and draw 1.
Fortunately, no Demon Lords in trash, which is kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony just swings the Kara.
And plays out an Errata, and then goes into Kurosari in the back for 2.
Yeah.
Arby. Oh my goodness, Arby.
Oh, punches the mat. Shows it who's boss. Blanc gets cleared from the effect, but unfortunately does not have the any Demon Lords in trash though. We'll just play out a rare to go ahead and pitch in a Gudo though and get some draw. So good setup. I mean, he's got a Gudo in there already. He just needs to get Demon Lords.
Yeah,
the
Gudo setup is good. It's just the fact that he hasn't tucked anything yet is a little rough.
Yeah, it's scary. And it's like and I think we've said this sentiment before, where it's like in the game right now, if you aren't constantly pushing towards your deck's game plan every turn, unless your opponent is like also like bricking or is like I don't know, they're just not getting as much value out of their turn either, you fall behind so fast. Like every turn in this game is so much more important now, and you need to be getting like
max value
some sort
out
of
each turn.
Yeah, you need to profit off of each turn in some way.
You need to get some return out of it. Otherwise, a dead turn just absolutely just decimates you.
Yeah, be like set up towards an OTK strategy, getting a wide board established, like, you know, getting like your tamer set. Like you have to have some sort of like huge value on your turns, and you have to sequence stuff correctly too. Because if you don't do things right, you might just have turns where it's like you did something, but it wasn't really the most optimal play, and that can just cost you the game right there too.
Right. So see Anthony just go ahead and pass turn with a double errata in the back. Well, not double. He played out his second errata. And then Arby goes ahead and plays out a Beelzemon, which will mill 4. Should have the rivals back on the playing field because of its effect.
Yeah, that did get milled, so that should have been there.
And then I believe that looks like a Ruin mode that's sitting on top of Beelza right now.
Oh, you know what? I just realized? Going into the ace, he popped it to Evo into the ace for free, but then the ace just puts a token back out. That's why. That's why the token was still there.
Oh, I see.
Someone's going to have already typed something and be like, oh, well, this is actually how it works. And then they're going to get to this part of the video and be like, oh, they did realize it. And I'm going to be sitting here like, I did realize it. If you just would have waited to comment until the end of the video. I'm sorry, I was stupid in the moment. Okay. It took me a while. I was thinking about it for a minute here. So I'm like, Anthony wouldn't misplay like that. There's no way he'd just leave it on board. Something happened.
That's what happened.
That is what happened.
This is what just happened here. Is we just play out Diaboromon for 7 to choke to 1.
Yes.
Which is actually not a bad play whatsoever.
And real quick, just to go back to that. For the patient few, I love you.
Yes. Yes, we do.
I mean that. That's genuine from me.
That's from the heart.
So there is a Ruin mode on board, or a Ruin mode effect on board right now. So everything's -5.
Go ahead and play out a sleep mode. Anthony will kind of catapult up to 4 memory off of those erratas, which is pretty good. Goes into EX-06 Diaboro.
Ruin mode's gone now. Sorry, Ruin mode was on the was live before he played the.
So we got 3 tokens that are coming out.
Infer.
They do have rush. So we go ahead and just start swinging for the fences here.
Yeah, it gets crazy. And then there's just too many swings. Yeah. That's how it goes. Yeah, just a really explosive turn. I mean, when you have that many errata on board, you just get crazy with it.
Yeah. I think the deck just lives and dies off of errata.
Yeah.
In essence. I mean, I don't play Diaboro, but I feel like
no, it does.
That I've seen errata you play and whatnot, like errata is like a vital part to your game plan.
Oftentimes, if you see at least 2 or 3 errata in a game, you're in a really good spot. You probably either won or got really close to winning that game as long as you saw your line.
Right.
If you don't see any errata, it's like playing Dragon Links without Hina. It's just like, you'll do some stuff, but man, is it tough. It is, you are slowed down significantly.
For sure. But again, shout out to Anthony for winning locals that week. And I think definitely high quality matches on both players' end. Good back and forth, and I think a good showcase of what these decks want to do. So hopefully y'all enjoy this one. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And thank y'all for tuning in once again. And hopefully we'll catch ya on that flippy flip. Bye-bye.